Daily Litecoin and Bitcoin update. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here with your daily update. Hope y'all had a good weekend and getting ready to start the week. So this is going to be a pretty short video. Just going to look at some key areas on Litecoin, then some key areas on Bitcoin and see where we might be headed. Stick around.
1, 2, 3, go!
All right, guys. As always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anyone that's doing any investing or trading in this market, I suggest to do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button in the lower left-hand or right-hand side of the screen. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. And leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Also, if you could, give it a giant thumbs up. Really helps the channel out, guys. I appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to everybody that has been subscribing and commenting on the videos and, giving it likes. I appreciate it. If you could, if you belong to any groups, please share it in your groups. Yeah, let's get started and look at Litecoin here. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty short video. We're just going to look at key areas here. First of all, just going to look at the targets real quick. If you remember, I had this target at 59. I'd moved it up because I moved this line up, and I show you why real quick, because this area right here looked really significant on holding us up. If you can see right here where we kept coming down to test it before we broke through. So I did move that line up, which changes the top target up here. Now we're looking at it a few different ways here, so bear with me and understand that when we do these charts, I'm trying to take a look at all options. I'm gonna do the measured move off of this bull flag here, and we measure the flagpole and then put it up, and that's what gives us this $56 range roughly from where we broke out right here. Now I'm gonna do another measured move of where we broke out here down to the bottom, and this is what gives me this $62 range, which also, if you look over here, this was a good support and resistance area, so it lines up nicely with that. Also, like I showed you, the $56 range was resistance over here, support over here. So that's where I come up with that. So just showing you guys how I come up with those real quick. And now we're going to look at the RSI, kind of look at what's going on here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can check it out. All right, as you can see, I had this symmetrical triangle drawn here, and we obviously came down, and it looks like we're trying to move up. Now, I'm going to show you here in a minute, we could be dipping down also. But what I'm looking at here, let me try to spread this out a little bit so we can kind of see. Okay, what I see we might be happening here, because we broke through the bottom of this, is we come back up and test the top, which would bring us back up into this area, which would be this support and resistance cluster. And if we get back up in here, looking at around the $48 range to test this, we could bounce around up here if we do come up and break through this line, and then start moving up towards the next target, which would be 5604. That's that scenario. I'm going to look at the daily too. I was looking at it earlier. I took a quick look and want to change something, but I wanted to do it with you guys on here, so you know and understand that you can change with the market. If you look here, I had it drawn up here and we had broke through, but I am going to move this line down. It makes more sense, because if you look here, we didn't touch here, we didn't touch here, so this all lines up a lot better. Obviously we got resistance, support, and that's another reason I believe our next move is going to be up. Not to say we don't have a quick dip down and then up, but this is the daily. So remember, guys, we can dip down here and still within the day pop back up in here, and this whole line will tick back up. So let's take a look at the bearish move and see what that might be if we do go down from here. And I'm going to look at the 1 hour to do that. All right, so we would do this move the same as we've done the other measured moves by measuring this flag pull here. Now, that's if this is a bear flag, and actually I'm going to draw that first. And guys, it could be a bear pennant, bear flag, either one. It's hard to know. You know, obviously we don't know what it is yet because the market hasn't shown us. But if it was to be a bear flag, we might get something like that. And guys, if you aren't doing your own charting, I suggest you do, because if you're not watching this stuff, and I'm more of a swing trader than a day trader, but yeah, if you're not watching this stuff and keeping up with it and drawing your trend lines in and stuff, you're kind of going to be lost in the market and just at the mercy of watching videos and listening to what people say. But as you can see, if we do come down, this is the target if we were to go all the way down to, you know, the $34 to $35 range that we've had here for quite some time. Now, the other thing that could happen here is a fake out and we come down to this 41.20. There's heavy support there from way back here. Obviously it was resistance, became support over in here. So that's another area to watch. If we may get a bounce if we drop down, guys. I'm not saying we're dropping down for sure. And like I showed you in the RSI, I believe we go up from here. But we could get a quick wick down here and then back up. But if we do break through this 41.20, then we got the 39.61 to look for support. And if that breaks, obviously, then we're down to the $34 to $35 range. That's where I'm at right now with Litecoin. Like I said, I'm going to try to make this video quick. I'm going to move on to Bitcoin now. All right, Bitcoin, we're going to start out in the 4 hour too, just because, like I said, I'm trying to save time here. We're going to look at a couple different scenarios real quick and see what's going on. This is the symmetrical triangle that I had drawn for over a month now. So, and the top solid line is the top of the symmetrical triangle, the dotted line, the bottom. Now, where we're at right now, we're going to do the same and look at the RSI. And as you can see, let me move this MACD up. I don't use the MACD much, but I like it. I like to look at it every once in a while and see what might be going on. Now, let's move this, stretch this out a little bit. And as you can see, we drop down out of this symmetrical triangle. And like I said, if we were to drop down, we would have a sell-off, and that's exactly what happened here. Now, the same as in Litecoin, we could be bouncing up to this area. And again, guys, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of the video. But anyways, we may come back up and test this for support or resistance, I'm sorry, which could be right back up into this area here, which would be another top of the 41.58. Then if we break through, we'd be continuing up to, I'm sorry, let me take that back, guys. I don't have time to redo the video, so, but this would bring us to this. If we were to pop up and test this for resistance, would bring us right around here in this cluster area at the 38.55. I'm going to snap in a line there for support and resistance. Okay, so there we go. Let's go into the 1 hour or the daily now and kind of look at what that was looking like. Okay. As you can see on the daily RSI, this is a rising wedge we'd been forming. And it looks like it's holding up well. That's why I believe we're going to continue up again from here. If you look, we've got support right here and we're ticking up. So, you know, we may ride up this slow and then have another move up, or come up, move sideways a little, and then up. But that's where I get this target area up here. I'm going to go back into the 4 hour now and show you the new targets. Well, one new target I've drawn. So we're going to do just like in Litecoin. I'm going to show you how I got these measured moves in here. This one right here, it's actually, it would take a while to show you how I got it with the Fibonacci, because I was measuring this out as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But I'm not going to bore you guys with that right now. I'm just going to show you this target right here would be our next move up that I was just talking about in the RSI. If it was to happen, the 43.68 area, which would be right around with this resistance line here. Excuse me. So, and also we're going to look at another possibility here of this being an Adam and an Eve. And this blue line here, this support and resistance line at 41.62 would be the neckline of it, and the measured move off of that, guys. And that, it's not to say this is valid, but it is definitely something to look at, because it's really resembling Adam and Eve right now. So with that going up here, we would, whoops, I'm sorry, that would go up to the blue line, because that's where we would break out. So that's how you measure it. You measure the atom up to the neckline, and then you put it to where you were to break out. Now, obviously, guys, this probably wouldn't go straight up. It would be more jagged, but that would have us breaking this white falling wedge that I've had drawn here in the big picture. So that would get us, I'm going to move this target up a little bit, my old target, because obviously you got to change with the market. So this would be my high right here if we were to break out, and that was confirmed as a Adam and Eve, right around the $5,200 range, which would be right in line with this resistance. Well, support and become resistance after breaking through here. So I hope that helps you guys out, and we're going to look at the possibility that we break down from here also, which I believe is less likely at this time, but it is possible, and we do need to look at it. So just like in Litecoin, we're obviously in the 1 hour, gonna do a measured move off here. Remember, this dotted line is the bottom of the bigger symmetrical triangle. So if we were to make a bull flag, or a bear flag or a bear pennant here, just like in Litecoin, it would probably be, you know, we're just kind of doing a guesstimate right now of what it would form as. But as like this. So, and then we would do the measured move off the flagpole. Hope I'm not boring you with this, guys, but this really helps out with the TA. Using the simplest things work the best, in my opinion. Okay, and if we were to get that would put us down in here to my bottom target, which obviously, if you guys watch my videos, you'll know that I think we've already hit our lows, but I believe this would possibly be, you know, our next low, right between the $3,250 and the $3,300 range. But honestly, the more I look at it, like in the bigger chart here, let me zip in real quick, I don't think that we will. Let's go into the daily. I really don't think we're going to breach this yellow line, obviously the macro trend line. And the lowest that shows is around the $3,400 range. And if that does break, then yes, we're looking down towards the $2,000, $2,500 range. But I honestly don't see it, guys. I do think we have seen the lows already. So not to say we're not going to correct back down and could get a double bottom, but I really do believe we've seen the lows. I'm going to go back into this chart now. So anyways, like I was saying, we could come down to this $3,250, $3,300 range if we were to break down from the bear flag. But another thing we have going for us here is this 3645 range is going to be a heavy support because it was a heavy resistance all the way over here. It was support way over here. So I believe this will become support again if we do break down. So but yeah, if we do break down past that, then we're looking down towards, you know, the 34, 36 area, somewhere in there, and then the 3250, 3300 after that. But I do think this one will at least hold for now, the 36 area. So that's where I'm at now, guys. And if you look at the top of that, try to get in here close. If we look at the top of this symmetrical triangle, and I had been saying for a while now that we needed to come back down to test the top of it, and I believe that's what we're doing now. I'm going to get this out of the way here. And what I'm looking for here, guys, is a 4-hour to close above or beneath, to open and close above or beneath the symmetrical triangle top. If we close, open and close one above, then I think, you know, we go up from there to at least this 3864 area. If we have one open and close beneath it, then obviously I see us going down to the 3650 range. And then test this for support, and we'll have to analyze more once we get there. So all right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please click the subscribe button. It's Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Hit the notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. And if you would, I'd really appreciate it if you leave comments down below and give me a big thumbs up. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.